First start the starting lineup for the Lady Panthers. Leading off for the Lady Panthers, and pitching tonight, number 4, Cody Javingo. Batting second, the shortstop, 0, Madison Renard. Batting third, the first baseman, number 23, Izzy Rodriguez. Batting cleanup, the center fielder, number 19, Zoe Thorne. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 17, Macy Thompson. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 21, Addison McCall. Batting seventh, the second baseman, number 18, Macy Paul. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, number 22, Zoe Carlton. Zoe's batting tonight for the right fielder, number 7, Lee McKnight. And batting ninth for the Lady Panthers, the left fielder, number 9, Zoe Edwards. And now, on your feet for your Glenbrook Lady Apaches. Leading off for the Lady Apaches, the shortstop, number 13, Gabby Brown. Batting second, the second baseman, 0, Ellie Earnhardt. Batting third, the left fielder, number 3, number 20, Gracie Hurd. Batting clean up the first baseman, number 14, A.G. Viney. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 16, Allie Sutton. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 3, Kinsey Smith. Batting seventh and pitching tonight, number 9, Savannah Mangrum. Batting eighth, the center fielder, number 33, Addison Chandler. And batting ninth, the third baseman, number 98, Chloe Gray. Please welcome the rest of the Lady Apaches to the field. At this time, if you would please stand, gentlemen, the leader of the class will have a prayer followed by a national anthem. Please bow your heads. Lord, thank you so much for this beautiful evening. Lord, thank you for all the teams in this tournament, involved in this tournament. Thank you for all the parents that worked so hard to get these young ladies to this point in their softball careers. Lord, we pray for everyone here tonight, all the officials, the fans, the players. Please keep everyone safe during the game, and please be with everyone as they travel home this evening and come back here tomorrow. Lord, thank you so much for everything that you do for us, and thank you so much for sending your son to die for our sins. It's in your name we pray.
And there you have our national anthem. It is prayer time and ready to get things going on here. Glenbrook and Parkway set to do battle here. I am Doug Gann. Welcome. I guess the stream has been on for a little while. We wanted to make sure that we didn't miss anything as we went down and presented our play in the game, our player of the game. And wow, what a great start to this. You know, we're looking at Savannah Mungrum, and she has been solid. We've watched her throughout the first part of this season and has thrown the ball really well. So we're excited about getting the opportunity to see her today. This Parkway team is another good one. You know, Coach Tyler Cox, when we all set this up, he said, look, we're going to have some good ball games out here. And if that first one is any indication, you get a walk-off base hit to win it there 8-7 after a game that was just back and forth. In this one, I am Doug Gann with 446 Sports and the Pelican Softball Report. We are here all weekend long. My man Nick Morrow is over there on the camera, and you didn't see where he's at. He's just up at the top of those bleachers that's on that camera. You can't really see him. But he's the reason behind that camera that's right there. And so kudos to our friend Nick Morrow doing a great job. We'll hop back on and didn't get a lineup up here for Parkway on this one. So we'll just go and jump in and see if we can find it. First one pitch set for 8 o'clock. It's 8:48, and it is in there for Mungrum for a strike. And that's one thing that she does. She fills up the strike zone. There's no doubt about it. Rocks back that one and fires, misses out of the zone. Saying that she went around on that one, so it is strike two. Going to get the name of that young lady before she gets out of there. Misses there. Boy, Savannah just pounds that strike zone. This is Giovango that is hitting. That one also misses out of the zone. So the first hitter now doing a good job is Katie Giovango of stepping in and getting some pitches deep into the strike zone off of Savannah. That one fouled back. First hack that she's made on it. We have watched this talented Glenbrook offense. They're very young, but, man, they get after it, too. Following along, hopefully you followed along on the Pelican Softball Report in 446 Sports. If you've not done that, make sure that you hop over and follow there. Down on strikes, and that is strikeout number 1. They work the ball around. And that is out number 1. We are brought to you. Now, our sponsors are rotating around the corner, and more of you in this group know that, but Store Services is there. We are brought to you by, let me see. Boy, I don't want to say that. That's the last thing that I want to do. Of course, you see Sunderland Chiropractic. Swung on and missed there and just pumping the fastball in there. Wimberley Agency. Explore Alexandria Pineville from back where we are from. And Sheriff Mark Wood. It's always good to have the sheriff there, a part of what you're doing. One down here. Savannah rocks back and delivers this one. That one is just fouled off, and it's quickly 0-2. You saw that last one pop up for the LV5K. That is the Lauren Vaughn Foundation. That is the title name of our player of the game. And the young lady died in a car crash 2 years ago. Yellow Jacket Oilfield Services, they are our title sponsor in this one. But go to lv5k.com and you can find out a little bit more about her story. But it is our goal that every game that we go to and present that player of the game, we have an opportunity to remind these young folks that they do have a choice, make a plan, and come home. And so That's what our goal is from there. Boy, that camera shines at night. I love that outfield camera that we have. It is courtesy of the folks at Avcans, AVKANS. That one lifted out into the second base, going to drift back and get that one is Ellie Earnhardt. Ellie Earnhardt's had a great start to this season also. That was Menard that popped out, and that is going to bring Izzy Rodriguez in. We missed Menard there, but Izzy Rodriguez, who bats third, and this one swung on and missed, and that is strike number one. Rodriguez, Horn, and Thompson would be next if they can keep it alive, but the way Savannah is flat dealing in this one. One strikeout out of the two hitters she has faced. The other was a fly ball to second base. Right on the outside corner and down on strike she goes. 3 up and 3 down, 2 via the punch out. We come back in the bottom of the first. Due up for Glenbrook, Gabby Brown, Ellie Earnhardt, and Gracie Hurd when we come back. And we are back in the bottom of the second look, bottom of the first. I'm telling you, do not sleep on this at bat. Gabby Brown, the senior, continues to crush the softball. She's done it all season long. Yes, Doug, it's a young season. I understand what you're telling me. Takes that one out off of the plate for ball one. That one misses. 2 balls and no strikes to Brown. And you want to stay, you got to be careful with it. I don't think that you want to stay away from them necessarily. But going back to Mungrum, she is a freshman that is out there throwing at a class of 2029. Now, Gabby Brown, one of the seniors on here, she takes that one in there for strike. A good prototypical leadoff hitter. You want to go and work a little bit of a count there. But don't sleep on this one. Ground ball over to shortstop's going to be gathered in there. Across the diamond they go to the safety base, and just by a half a step. Good work across the diamond there. That was Menard that got that one. It just comes firing across, and that's a big out. And that's going to bring Ellie Earnhardt, the second baseman. Get a look at 00 Ellie Earnhardt there. And Menard just gathered that in and came across and firing away. That one out to second base, where it is going to be gloved by Paul. And that's quickly 2 up and 2 down. Yellow Jacket Oilfield Services, the main reason we are here. They are our title sponsor in this, but I'm telling you what, there's been a lot of help getting this thing going. JTO Oil Consultants, Oilfield Consultants. That one up and out of the zone. Got a lot of things to talk to you about tonight of what we do. JT, there you say, JTO Minerals LLC. Store services, they build, they maintain, and they sustain. That one going to be poked over the head of that drawn in infield, and that is going to be Ellie Earnhardt with a base hit. Correction, that's Gracie Hurd that has that one. Earnhardt was out. That is Gracie Hurd that is there. Finds her way to first base with 2 outs. A little bit going here. A.G. Vining will step in. Vining, the first baseman here for Coach Tyler Cox. That one up and out of the zone by Giovango. Katie Giovango has made quick work of the first 2 before giving that base hit up. Well, we saw a lot of 2-out trouble in that Logansport game, too. That one upper part of the strike zone, and it's a ball and a strike. Giovango will get the sign there. Look at the armband, settle in and fire this one up and out of the zone and off and going. And going to be in with the stolen base is Gracie Hurd. There you get a good look at Gracie. Need about 6 more of those cameras is what we need. That's a good look one, especially when it gets dark, man. That's nice. 2 balls and 1 strike. We play bottom of the first. Glenbrook trying to get something going. And, man, just look at her go down the line. That ball was just away from McCall, and she was off and going to third. Second stolen base of this at-bat for Gracie Hurd, and now she is 60 feet away, waiting on the bat of A.G. Vining. Right down Main Street it goes, and 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ground ball is over to third, gathered in across the way, and that will do it. So the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. We quickly made it through the first. We'll be back for the top of the second right after this. And we are back. Yellow Jacket Oilfield Services for all your wireline and fishing needs. They are the title sponsor to this 2026 Glenbrook Apache softball tournament, and we're delighted to be up here and bring you that because of the folks at Yellow Jacket Oilfield. A couple others have made it away. Sunderland Chiropractic. Did you know that Sunderland Chiropractic is Minden's only full-time chiropractic clinic? Conveniently located on Fleming Lane right here in Minden, Louisiana. They treat neck pain, back pain, sports injuries, and more. Sunderland Chiropractic, proud supporter of Glenbrook softball, and they say go Apaches, as a lot of folks do. JTO Minerals, they do oil field consulting. We appreciate that work. Store services, when your building systems matter, you call the team that shows up ready. At Store Services, they specialize in commercial and industrial HVAC, plumbing, and building automation. From complex installs to emergency services and ongoing maintenance, they keep your facilities running efficiently. And efficiently, we're moving on to the third inning in this one. Also, our friends at Wimberley Agency, and that one is in there for strike 1. There you see Savannah Munger in the 2029. So that's lifted high. Drifting out there at third base and going to gather that in as Chloe Gregg gets that down and quickly 1 up and 1 down. And it's just been that kind of start from Savannah. That was Horn that popped up there and is retired on the second pitch she sees. That one misses to Thompson. Macy Thompson stands in there. Mungren just continues to blast that strike zone. Let me tell you that freshman is going to be a star in the circle for a long, long time for this Glenbrook softball team. And that one is smoked out to center field over the head. And boy, did we put the jinx on her right there. Thompson goes yard over the center field fence. And you see her coming around. Yeah, we absolutely jinxed her right there. But that was just a good job of handling. So the no-hitter, the shutout, and all of that gone off of the bat of Macy Thompson. McCall will stand in there now. Addison McCall. Mungren just trying to get back settled. That one is in there for strike one. Twist the ball around, get ready to go, and there's your good look at it. That one looked like McCall wanted to move out of the way, but it's an 0-1 fastball in there for strike two. 0-2. One down, but one across. In this one, the Macy Thompson yard ball. Outer half and off the plate. Ball one. Savannah will rock back and deliver this one. That is a ground ball over to shortstop, bobbled up there. Got to hustle across with it. And safe, said they pulled her off the bag. And look, McCall was pointing down to it the entire time, and she is fired up down there at first base. Mungren now, after the home run, gives that base hit up. Swung through that one, did Paul. This is Macy Paul. McCall just hustled down, and she was looking down at the foot of A.G. Vining and said, look, she pulled that off of there. And, in fact, she did. So one out. That one misses and even things up at a ball and a strike. That one missed or I guess she missed the base, pulled it off of there. Swung through that one, and see if Savannah can get back on it here. Parkway strikes early in the top of the second, and that's what they wanted to do. That ground ball is hit the other way, bobbled around again there too, and that one's thrown into the outfield, and nobody's there because they were off backing up the throw. That could get the runner to come around and score. Here comes the play at the plate. No throw is going to be there, and you see the second run come across, and Coach Cox may have to call time and go out there and settle folks down because it is a 2-run lead now for Parkway, and we're just putting the ball in play and forcing folks to run around. Paul ends up over there at third base. McCall comes all the way in. And goodness. And so that was they'll charge that error to Gabby Brown, the shortstop, and that she's going to get 2, one on the bobble and then the throwaway to second base as well. So they may issue 2 errors on there, and I think nope, they've given one to A.G. Vining over at first base and then one to Gabby right there. So two errors early in this one, and that's not what you wanted to see. But if you're Parkway, you continue to keep pressure on. That one up and out of the zone. 1 ball, no strikes. Full day of softball tomorrow starting at 10 o'clock. Check swing there, nothing doing. They're going to want to appeal that, but your umpire over at third base won't call that anything. It's got to be very, very drastic before that's called. And Carlton now, Zoe Carlton with a 2-0 count. Fouls that one back. Good hack at it from Zoe. 2 balls and a strike. Top of the second we play. Just 1 down here. The big home run earlier. That was off the bat of Thompson. That outer corner, and Savannah battles back there and evens things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. That one lifted high. Center field coming in, and look, that's just absolutely what you wanted, is your center fielder Addison to come in there and get that one, because anybody else, I think it drops, but her momentum, and look how far back she came from. Well, not even in your screen there, but came all the way in to get that one, and that keeps the runner over at third base. That one hammered into the ground, and nothing in 1 with 2 down here in the top of the second. But it's been a good one. Good inning for this Parkway team. That one misses the zone and even things up at a ball and a strike. That one fouled back. Looked like it was off the fists there. Zoe Edwards now faces a 1 ball, 2 strike count here. Trying to get Paul in from third base. Mangrum trying to shut the door here. Mangrum, 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 if you're scoring at home. They'll repeat the 1-2 offering. Swung on and missed and down on strikes, but the damage was done there, and call the out said that she dropped it. But 2 runs on 1 hit, couple of errors, and 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the second. Parkway leads this one 2-0 when we come back. We're back for the bottom half of the second. Hallie Sutton, Kenzie Smith, and Savannah Mangrum due up in the bottom of the second for the Glenbrook softball Apaches. That one is lifted out into center field, where it's going to be gathered by Chandler. Chanler. Chandler gets that one. Quickly one up and one down. Aggressive, pardon me, hitting. And Kinsey Smith, the right fielder, will step in there. You get a good look at Kinsey. Inside, that one misses. Ball one. Giovengo had herself a pretty good first inning. Staked to a 2-0 lead. And a good-looking pitch there for strike one. Parkway over Glenbrook 2-0. In this one, you see that on our Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard. Changeup misses up high. You see rotating down at the bottom, too, our Pelican State All-Star, Rising Stars All-Star softball games, May 26th and 27th, coming to Louisiana College. We're going to pick 60 softball players, 27s, 8s, and 9s. No 26s, 27s, 28s, and 29s are going to be on tap for this one. And 4 teams of 15 players on each. Some of the future stars, current stars, future stars. We'll do all of that at Louisiana Christian University, May 26th and 27th. That one pushed foul and down and out of play. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Katie Giovengo has been having herself a pretty good one in there. 3-2 offering up and out of the zone, and that's going to be a base on balls to Kinsey Smith, and Savannah Mangrum will have an opportunity to help herself out. Mangrum would certainly like to go back and get her hands on a couple of those runs that she gave up. Squaring around to bunt, and this one goes back foul. Giovengo, the class of 2028 pitcher, does her summer ball with D1 Vision, that 16U team. That one is ground out to shortstop across the diamond, bounces up and going to have it. Boy, that was just a tremendous dig over there at first base, and the Glenbrook crowd didn't like it, but I'm telling you, Rodriguez did a tremendous job. And so that does get Smith up to second base, but I think, boy, the folks here thought that she was going to be on, and that is 2 outs now with a runner at second base. We'll get a look at her from here. That is Chandler now that strides to the plate. Lifts that one high, center field camping out under it. That is going to be Horn that is there for the final out. Had a good stab at it, but that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left on. We've completed 2, and it's Parkway 2, Glenbrook 0. Right after this.
The Rapides School-Based Health Center brings healthcare straight to your child at no cost to you. We provide comprehensive physicals, wellness checks, sick visits, sports physicals, immunizations, behavioral health counseling, and more. Our licensed medical providers, nurses, and social workers are ready to care for your children with no out-of-pocket cost to families or the school board. Our purpose is simple: keep students in school, parents at work, and help students thrive. Sign up today and help keep Rapides healthy.
And we're back here again. Couldn't do any of the things that we are doing this weekend without our friends at JTO Minerals. Store Services. Look, they build, maintain, and sustain. Yellow Jacket Oil Field Services. They're the title sponsor to what we do. Sunderland Chiropractic, neck pain and back pain. I think Nick and I may go see them in the morning before we come out here, in the Wimberley Agency as well. Savannah Mungren set to face Giovingo. Giovingo 0 for 1 on the afternoon with a strikeout, or the evening with a strikeout. And we play in the top of the third. Mangrum trying to get back after that blow, and that one is lifted high. Left field coming up under it and making a catch there in that shadowy area behind the dugout. We've lost 2 of them out there today, but we have nothing out there. And that will bring Menard there. She is the shortstop. She's also 0 for 1 on the day. That one pushed foul. Boy, they are getting around on Mangrum pretty good. Making good contact with her. Of course, the home run from Thompson earlier. Savannah will rock back and fire this one. It twisted foul and over onto the baseball field as well. Bounces on top of that blue metal roof. You heard that, and you see it right there. Good work from our man Nick. And it's 0-2 here. Madison Menard puts that one down on the ground. Have to scoop over there. What a play at second base. Good-looking work out at second base by Ellie Earnhardt, and she'll get some high fives all around. Didn't have time to transfer it to her hand and toss it over, so she just does a little glove shovel. They call that a glove shovel. I don't know if they do, but I do in that one. So there you have it. By the way, Doug Gann, 446 Sports. You can contact me anytime at Doug at 446sports.com. That one misses up and out of the way. Ball 1. Questions, comments, things like that. We appreciate them all. Good looking change up there for strike 1. This is Izzy Rodriguez. Rodriguez 0 for 1 on the day. Well, she went with that curveball as it just twisted off the plate. Good-looking pitch by Savannah right there. You got 2 young stars dueling with each other in Mangrum and Giovingo. One ball, 2 strikes. Savannah trying to have a clean inning and does, down on strikes. And that is for Savannah Mangrum, strikeout number 4 on the evening out of 3 innings. We move to the bottom of the third. Here it is 2-0 Parkway when we come back. Back here we go, bottom of the third. Did you know that Store Services, when your building systems matter, you call the team that shows up ready at Store Services. They specialize in commercial and industrial HVAC, plumbing, and building automation. From complex installs to emergency service and ongoing maintenance, we keep your facilities running efficiently, safely, and without interruption. Our highly trained technicians ensure every job is done right the first time, because downtime isn't an option. Store Services, built on expertise, driven by excellence, and trusted to perform. Store Services, they build, they maintain, and they sustain. Also, Another one of those that we see their sign out on the scoreboard out there. That is the Wimberley Agency. So we know that they do a lot of great things here. Number 98, Chloe Gregg, the third baseman. I've only known one other player to wear 98 in a game. Only 198 that we've ever known. Actually, two players have done it. They're from the same family, though. There were two 9-8s out there and happened to be out of the Gann family, as a matter of fact. So how about that? Bottom of the third, that ball is ground to shortstop where it's gathered up, coming across and throwing, and just in time, the foot was right on top of the base and hovering. And what a bang-bang play over there at shortstop. Again, the work by Menard at third base has just been solid, and Greg is out, and that'll get it back to the top of the order. And Gabby Brown, I'm sorry, you're supposed to say the hard-hitting Gabby Brown because she flat kills it. You got to look at Gabby there on your screen. Swung right through the changeup, and it's 0-1. See, we're out of luck with Sunderland because they're Monday through Friday, Nick, so we're not going to be able to make the chiropractor. We ought to get him to come out to the game. That would help. He can come on up here if he wants to. 0-2 there to Gabby. That's two changeups, and they are trying to stay away from it. This is one of those opportunities that, man, you zing that fastball. That fastball is going to look a lot faster here. And there it is. A couple of change-ups and that fastball that's right there. And Giovengo is dealing out on the mound, 2 up and 2 down here in the bottom of the third. Ellie Earnhardt is 0 for 1 on the day. That one now, correction, she is 1 for 2 on the day. And a little 2-out rally perhaps ahead of Gracie Hurd. Gracie had that base hit last inning. As a matter of fact, she also had a stolen base in there as well. So you'd like to get something going here, but it seems like any time that Giovengo has gotten into any trouble, she's been able to just roll right around and get out of it. Up and out of the zone for ball one. Took a look back down at Earnhardt, did they? But nothing doing. That one misses low as well. I don't necessarily know that she's staying away from Hurd, but Hurd hit her pretty good the last time up. Giovengo, 30 pitches through 2 2/3, which is efficient. That one lifted down the left field line, camping out under it. Oh, it's dropped. They call it fair, and it just hit inside the line. Coming around and hustling in, you see one score, and that's a triple down the line for Gracie Hurd. Ellie Earnhardt comes all the way around to score. And just good-looking work there. Every inch of the field inside the white lines is in play. And look, it's that little robot out there painted these lines perfectly. So that one drops in for the base hit again in no man's land out behind that blue fence area. Put the first run on the board. And all of this has been going on with 2 outs. And A.G. Vining, the hard-hitting first baseman, will step in. Up and out of the zone, and that'll chase Hurd back to third base. Good look in at AG. She takes that one just inside for strike one. Glenbrook fans letting them know about it here. a very passionate group up here in Minden, Louisiana. We saw that back in that World Series this summer when they played for Team Louisiana. At an early age, they're very passionate about it, and a lot of those kids will make their way over to Glenbrook that are here, and so going to be good for years and years. A couple of World Series championships, I think, at least one of them, but we were able to visit with Team Louisiana out of Minden. That one is in there for the strike, and that's one of those you got to be careful with because McCall set up off the plate outside, and that ball drifted all the way back inside. And, boy, you got to be careful. AG will get you if you miss one like that. But able to stay in there is Giovingo. She'll fire this one. Outer half and down on strikes. What a big, big way to paint the corner to end the inning here. But not before a run is scored. Glenbrook cuts the lead in half, 2-1, as we move to the top of the fourth. We're back here. You see those guys that made this thing possible. Sunderland Chiropractic, Wimberley Agency. Our friends of Explore Alexandria Pineville, they are our title sponsor for everything that we do across the state of Louisiana. We could not be 446 Sports without Explore Alexandria Pineville, the LV5K. They are the sponsors of our player of the game, and man, is that thing up for grabs. You see the logo there on the Pelican State Rising Stars, and then the fine folks up here in this Minden area, JTO Minerals, Store Services, Waverly Agency, Yellow Jacket, Oilfield Services, and Sutherland Chiropractic, all helping bring this up here. Top of the fourth, we played 2-1 in is what has been a very crisply played ball game. Horn will step in there. This is Zoe Horn. She's 0-for-1 on the day. Up and inside, twist that one back. It's kind of Matrix style as she got back off of the plate of that one. Don't forget, action kicks off at 10 a.m. in the morning. Glenbrook will battle. Look at the schedule and get you an update on who plays when in the morning. Let's see if we can get that schedule in front of us here. They'll have a couple of fields going on in the morning. That one smoked between third and short, gathered in there in left field by Hurd, and she'll get it back in. But that is a leadoff single there for Horn. So in the morning, Glenbrook and Red River, then Logansport and Airline, going to be a good one. Parkway and Saline, Logansport and Saline, Evangel, who we just saw earlier, and Natchitoches Central. We'll get a look at a very good Natchitoches Central, and then Glenbrook and Evangel will do battle when that one is done. So that gives you an idea. 10, 12, 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Yeah, that's way too easy. It's late. It is late at night. Got her hung up there between second and first. A little bit of a rundown. Oh, and that ball is thrown away. Going to hustle down to second and not have it. They're calling it a dead ball because the ball went into the dugout. And so they're going to see if they were going. She was coming back towards. Well, now they may talk about it and say if it was. They're not going to. They can't give her third because she was heading back to first base. And it's the base she was going. So they're going to send her back to first base where she was going. And initially they had talked about sending her to third base. This is Macy Thompson that steps in. Thompson steps in, and you remember she had that big-time home run back in the second inning. Savannah remembers it. Rocks back in. That was right up the middle. Opportunity for double play. Beautiful little flip across to first. They go. It's bobbled there. But that flip from second base by Ellie Earnhardt, again, another one of those glovels. That's a glove shovel. You got it. That's twice that we've got that one. Just shovels it across to Gabby Brown at shortstop. The return throw over to first was too hard to handle for AG, but can't give the error on there. It's a fielder's choice. You can't assume the double play. But, man, that was a nifty piece of glove work out there. That one twisted back foul for strike one. And all of that, and it is an out at first. This is Addison McCall that steps in. She'll try to do something here. She's 0 for 1 on the evening. Savannah rocks back, fires this one, fouled off, and quickly 0-2 to McCall. Don't forget, we will have our LV5K Player of the Game coming up. That one lifted out to center field. It's going to be gathered in by Chandler. Chandler has that one, and there are 2 down. McCall now 0 for 2 on the day on that fly out to center field. McCall, the catcher, takes ball 1. There's been some hard hit softballs in this one already. That one of the same, chasing down the right field line and just in between everybody. You see, everybody made a good effort at it. Smith was over there. A.G. Vining was over there, even all the way from second base. Ellie Earnhardt, very impressed with the way that Ellie Earnhardt moves out on the field. Very solid at second base. You know, we watch Game Changer, we watch highlights, we do all of that, but until you're able to see these young ladies in real time, it's tough to realize how fluid they are out on the field. And I'll tell you, Ellie Earnhardt is one of those. Macy Paul pops that one up and fouls it back. Here we go. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 down in the top of the 4th. 2-1. Parkway leads this. There's the delivery, and that one is over to shortstop where it's gathered in. Gabby Brown can not only hit the ball, but she does a pretty good job of fielding it. She'll come get a lot of love from her team, and Coach Tyler Cox will get out there and tell them what needs to be done. We move to the bottom of the 4th, 2-1. It is a thriller when we come back. Bottom of the 4th we go. Sutton will lead things off here. Hallie Sutton, she is the Glenbrook catcher. Giovengo fires this one. Is ground over. A little backhand stab across the diamond, bouncing it up and digging out another one over at first is Rodriguez. Boy, Rodriguez is something over at first. The throw from Thompson was a little low, but hey, as a first baseman, you got to learn to dig. And that's a dig off of dirt and not turf. Those two things, I mean, are completely different the way they play. And that will bring Kenzie Smith. Kenzie Smith will bat with one out in the bottom of the fourth. Up and out of the zone, ball one. Alexandria beats Central in baseball in a walk-off in the ninth inning, a walk-off double in the bottom of the ninth. That's part of that Red River Classic. Tioga beats Jesuit 1-0 today. That one smashed back foul and will land there. There you get a look at McCall behind the dish. Get that helmet back on and get settled in and ready to go. A change up, but it just missed, and it'll be 2 balls and a strike. Smith, no official at bat on the day she walked in her original at bat, initial at bat, if you will. That one fouled back. Oops. It's the wrong direction with that, didn't we? Remember, if you're watching us over on Facebook, make sure you give us a follow in that 446Sports page. 3 balls and 2 strikes now here. The full count offering. Inside, and that is going to be back-to-back walks for Kenzie Smith. Came around to score earlier, and Mangrum now strides back into the plate. Impressed with the work of a lot of these players, and there's so many good young players in this. Giovengo will spin off and heading to second base. That one's going to bounce around and dive. The throw is off line. And this is a little bit what happened last time. Smith walked and stole second base. That is the second stolen base now for her. That one smoked down the line, and that's going to have an opportunity to score the run. We're going to have a play at the plate. Nope, they cut the throw off to keep the runner at first, but nobody is there. And that is a tremendous base hit. And Savannah Mangrum ties it up and gets herself back into a tie ball game. Big time hitting. And look, that just gobbled up Thompson down at third base. That was a hard hit ball. That's going to bring Addison Chandler. She is the center fielder. Saw her make a couple of good plays in this one. But you want to help yourself out if you're a pitcher, and that's exactly what Savannah did right there. Fakes the bunt, takes strike one. Two to two. We play in the bottom of the fourth. It was a 2-run second inning for Parkway. Glenbrook's got one here in the bottom of the third, now the bottom of the fourth. Giovengo puts that one in there. It's caught, and that's going to be a double play. And look at the emotion over there at first base by Rodriguez. But tremendous work, Thompson to Rodriguez, Rodriguez and Thompson, and we have seen that, and that's what ends the fourth inning. 2-2, top of the fifth, just around the corner. Back up for the top of the 5th we go. Mangrum back out for her 5th inning of work. And this is number 22, Carlton. Zoe Carlton will step in as we go to the top of the 5th. Carlton 0 for 1 on the evening. Takes that one up and inside, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Carlton 0 for 1 on the day. Swung through a good fastball from Mangrum, and 2 balls and a strike. Again, we will be brought to you all day tomorrow by Yellow Jacket Oilfield Services. You see them on your screen right now, and tremendous work that they do. Sunderland Chiropractic, the only full-time chiropractor in Minden. The Wimberley Agency, JTO Minerals. Ground ball to third base is gathered in over there by Greg, and across the diamond she goes to Vining, and that is coming back from a 2-0 count to get the ground out and out number 1, and Carlton is now 0 for 2 on tonight's contest. Zoe Edwards will step in. Zoe also 0 for 1 on the day. That one fouled back. 4 strikeouts from Mangrum today. 2 strikeouts for Giovango, and these two are pitching a gem. And I don't think you really could have picked 2 better games to play than what we have seen today. And this is just day 1. Off-speed stuff in there for strike 2. And it's quickly 0-2. 1 down. Mangrum certainly wants to get Edwards here because you hop up to the top of the lineup, and Giovango, Mangrum off speed, and that's just a nasty one. Off speed, and it goes away from the batter. That's just a tough pitch to hit no matter who you are, and that's quickly 2 up and 2 down. And back to the top of the lineup here, and Katie Giovango. Put a hand up and settle that dirt a little bit, and away we go. That one's right between first and second. Got to have an opportunity. Oh, come up throwing did Kenzie Smith. She was looking to fire away and try to get that out, but Giovango was just quickly there. And Giovango now 1 for 3 on the day, and that'll bring Menard to the plate. Katie Giovango with a good base hit now. 1 for 2 on the day. No, they called that an error. That's absolutely not an error. I don't know. Well, we're looking at game changers, all we're doing, but solid smash hit between first and second there. Snap throw back down to first, not in time, but it is 0-1. Madison Menard is 0 for 2 on the day. Yeah, I've got Giovango as 1 for 3. That's a base hit to right field. That one to second base, Earnhardt bobbles it. Now that is going to be an error that is on Ellie Earnhardt. And you get a look at Giovango, who has made it to second base. We saw this with Morvan earlier. She'd get a couple of quick outs from Logansport. We'd get a couple of quick outs, and then it was tough to finish. Rodriguez will stand in there. She is the first baseman, and it is 0-1. again, we said there is Giovengo. That one twisted foul and back. So Giovengo is at second. Menard is over at first. And that's got Rodriguez in there trying to get this thing going. Mangren looking to add to her strikeout total. That one, that rise ball up and out of the zone, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. That changeup that starts on the inner half of the plate or almost at that right-handed batter and dips out over the plate has been pretty solid for Savannah this afternoon and evening. She'll get the signal and step back in. Rocks back and delivers this. Bounces that up. And the runners are going to be hung up. Oh, that one is chunked into left field. And uncharacteristically, a couple of errors in this inning. Savannah will call time. Try to get a new softball in there. So Menard and Giovengo move up 60 feet. Rodriguez now has an opportunity to get something going. Savannah will rock back, and that one is pushed foul down the line right by the entrance of the way the folks would come into the park tonight. There you see the little table where they were collecting money in the parking lot that's full out there. 2-2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 runs for Glenbrook, 2 runs for Parkway. I don't think I could add any more drama to that. That one is lifted out. Mangram's going to take it herself, and that will retire the side. So a whole lot of pomp and not much circumstance. And no runs across. They leave a couple of runs on. We move to the bottom of the 5th. It is 2-2. Parkway and Glenbrook locked in a battle. We are back here in the bottom of the 5th inning. That camera shot there is supplied by our Avcans CM30 NDI camera. Check them out at AVKANS, Avcans, avcans.com, and you won't be disappointed in that one. That is our center field shot. Up and out of the zone, ball 1. Chloe Gregg steps in with Brown, Earnhardt, and Hurd due to hit following this. That one, smoked down the line and foul. Going to bounce around a good ways down there. You see giving chase to it there. Gather that in and get it chunked back into the field. Let me tell you, at about $9 a ball, you don't, you go hunt down every one of those. Chloe Gregg, 1 ball, 1 strike from Giovengo. Katie rocks back, delivers this one. It is pushed over to right field. Gathered in out there in right by McKnight, and she gets it back, 1 up, 1 down. And a good shot at it did Gregg, but right at McKnight in right field. And Gabby Brown now will stand in. Brown 0 for 2 on the day. Very uncharacteristic of the senior slugger in the leadoff spot. Javango rocks back, delivers this one up and out of the zone. One ball, no strikes, one down. You get a look at Javango. That one straight back to that Glenbrook Apache logo that adorns the padding in front of that brick wall. Actually, I think that's just their metal fence, but that Apache padding looks better than that fence does. So I see that's they're a very proud group here. And why not? This is such a tremendous, tremendous facility. You know, they get Coach Tyler Cox up a year ago. This is his second year. You get him up from Zwally, and certainly, you know, the programs that he had there, and he's building some great things here in Glenbrook, including this tournament. Javango, boy, gets Gabby to chase one out of the zone, and that's, you don't see that a lot. She had made up her mind, I believe, that she was swinging no matter what, and Ellie Earnhardt will step in. Boy, Javango, that is her third strikeout. She's given up 2 runs, both earned, walked a couple, has 3 strikeouts to go along with it. Ball one up high and away. We were an hour late starting game number 2 of the night. And on that pace, we shouldn't be out of here till about 11 tonight. Rocks back, and that one is out into the gap there, and Earnhardt continues to do work. She's 2 for 3. Remember, she had a stolen base earlier when she did that, and you've got Hurd, who is 2 for 2 right behind her, that will stand in. So good work there out of the 2-3 and 2-3 spots. See if there's some 2-out magic here. Javango will try her best to settle in and get out of this. 5th hit given up by Javango. Katie will rock back and deliver this one up. And we've seen her go the last couple of times out of there. Stolen base by her. Actually, Earnhardt does not have a steal. She's 2 for 3. They didn't give her that one earlier. 1 ball, no strikes. That one out into center field, but camping out under that and coming up and making the play in center field, as she has done, is Zoe Horn. Horn has done yeoman's work out there in center field. They get a base runner, but it's stranded. We are through 5, and this thing is 2-2 as we move top of the 6th. Savannah Mangrum comes out for her 6th inning of work. She has allowed just 2 hits, 2 runs, only one of those earned. That was the home run that she faced. Very efficient night for her through 5 innings, just 79 pitches, 57 of those in the zone, and she has struck out 5. So great work by Savannah Mangrum. Her and Katie have both been throwing the ball so well. Leading things off, Zoe Horn. She's 1 for 2. Grounds that one just foul in front of that bag over there. Nothing in one. Boy, Savannah has settled down after that second inning when she gave up the home run. It has been lights out since then. They've been able to chip away and got both runs back. But this Parkway team just does not go away. Savannah rocks back, delivers this one. She misses, 3 balls and a strike. Boy, that is nubbed and just can't get it. That's going to be an infield single. It almost like she swung and hit it with the head of the bat. Wow. Going to be on with a single. There is Zoe Horn. We'll officially call that an error in the books. That's tough scoring. And Macy Thompson will step in, off and going down to second base. Got to have her. Good, tremendous throw back behind the dish by Sutton. I'm telling you, Hallie Sutton back there behind the dish just comes up throwing, and you saw it all here. Great camera work. That one bouncing around. So the base runner that reached was erased. By the caught stealing. Score that one 3-4 if you're scoring at home. That one lifted up and foul and near the light stands off to the right side beside us. Quickly 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 for Parkway. They got it back in the second. 2 for Glenbrook. Swung on and missed and down on strikes, and Savannah's got her another one. That is strikeout now number 6 for Savannah. That one nubbed over to first base. It's going to be gathered in this time and handled for the out. And so it was a leadoff base hit. They called it an error, and it was nubbed off the front of the bat. Then she was erased on the caught ceiling, a strikeout, and then the ground ball out. And that will do it for the top of the 6th. We rapidly, yes, the announcer jinx is real. We rapidly move to the bottom of the 6th when we come back. We're back for the bottom of the 6th. Did you know with Storage Services, when your building systems matter, you call the team that shows up ready? At Storage Services, we specialize in commercial and industrial HVAC, plumbing, and building automation. From complex installs to emergency service and ongoing maintenance, we keep your facilities running efficiently, safely, and without interruption. Our highly trained technicians ensure every job is done right the first time, because downtime It's not an option. Store services built on expertise, driven by excellent, trusted to perform. Store services, a proud supporter of the 2026 Glenbrook Apache softball 446 Sports broadcasts on here. So there you have that. Of course, our folks at the Waverly Agency, Yellow Jacket, Oilfield Services, JTO, and man, it has just been a tremendous group that has helped put all this together. And Sunderland Chiropractic, I'm just sad that they're not open on the weekend. Here we go, back to the bottom of the 6th inning. That one smashed over towards shortstop, but it's handled there. And quickly, one up and one down. And I believe that was AG. Yeah, if that was AG Vining that got that one. Got up there and so quick that didn't see what we had there. But one out, and that's going to bring Hallie Sutton. Hallie Sutton last inning had that caught stealing, just a rifle down to second base. Time is called there. So we had a game that was 7-7 in the bottom of the 7th last game. That was Logansport and Evangel. Logansport walked it off in the final at-bat. They're making their trip back home tonight, so if they're on the bus watching it, I think it was, we're just, what are we, an hour into this one is all, so they're still on the road, and they'll be back up here tomorrow to play. So they, hour 45 down here today, and Coach Creets and them are going back to Logansport, and they'll be back up for a couple of games tomorrow. But if you guys are watching on the bus on the way back, a big shout out to our friends with Logansport. And congratulations to Emery Atkins. She was our Game 1 LV5K player of the game. Goes 3 for 4 at the plate with 2 doubles. And RBI and played a masterful game over at first base. 1 ball, 1 strike to count here to Sutton. That one misses down low, so Giovango falling behind. 2 balls and a strike, 1 down. We play in the bottom of the 6th, all knotted at 2. A lot of friends that we've made up here today. Can't wait to see everybody try to spin that one, but I think just left off there. 10 o'clock hour is upon us. That fried chicken in Winfield, long gone by now. That one hammered out to right field, way back, and off the scoreboard. And that is going to be a home run for Hallie Sutton. Goodness gracious, did she put a charge into that thing, and all smiles as she makes her way around home. They're showing Sutton some love, and I mean, I'm telling you, goes off the scoreboard. Wow, 3-2. And that's the time you want to come up and get it, is in the bottom of the 6th. Take that lead, and it jumps you over. Kenzie Smith will step in now, but let's clear those off. And big time home run. Oh, I bet you guys are getting after me telling you that that score is, no, it's been 3-2. I told you guys that along the way, so don't fuss at me too bad about putting the runs on the board. That one called a strike to Kenzie Smith, but it is a 3-2 lead for Glenbrook. Well, I'm going to get all kinds of grief for not having those 2 runs up there along the way. That one lifted high, giving chase out in center field, sliding out there. Unable to get to it in center field, but a tremendous effort. Tremendous effort out in center field. Zoe Horn gave a pretty good chase to it, but unable to get there. And now Mangrum will bat. She had an RBI back in that. As a matter of fact, that second run that scored was an RBI for Mangrum. Mangrum 1 for 2 with an RBI. Off and running now. The runner at second base is there, and she was off with the pitch no matter what. That is a good job by Kenzie Smith, who was off and going no matter what, but gets into scoring position, and they will try to add another run. You try to get yourself a couple of insurance runs now, because I don't believe that you want to leave it at just a one-run game. McCall made the last out for Parkway. So if you're looking ahead, it's Paul, Carlton, and Edwards due up in the top of the seventh that will be charged with getting that run back. 1 ball, 1 strike. 3-2. That one pushed back here. And boy, that Hallie Sutton home run is a difference maker in this one. Off the scoreboard it went. Opposite field shot for Sutton, and the 5-hole hitting catcher just put a charge into it. Off and going again, looking for third. Got it. Tag was up high, it looks like, and that Parkway crowd not happy about it at all, but you've got another. They're going to go and talk about it a little bit. And they'll back after that. Now you've got a 2-2 count and a one out and a runner at third now. The home run there. Smith gets on. Smith steals second. Smith steals third. Trying to come on around. Savannah would like to add one to this. That one's lifted up. Backhand is no good, bobbled around, and they're going to send Savannah down, and that's going to get the run in. Here we have a play at the plate. Not in time. Over to third now. Mangren's going to be out at third, but score the run on the second out, and that's just a lot of chaos. A lot of chaos, but it gets the run across. 4-2 now, as this is a 2-run bottom of the seventh. 2 down. That was the second out of the inning. Score that a caught stealing on Savannah Mangrum. And Chandler strike is called there, and well, you're not getting a break out of any call on here late at night, and that is now Chloe Gregg that stands in. Was not happy with that call a moment ago. No, that's actually, we're a batter ahead of time. That is Addison Chandler, 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 the center fielder. That is there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Glenbrook leads at 4-2. Giovango delivers this one. It's high, and Horn is coming across, and she's got it for the third out. Zoe Horn patrols not just center field, but all of that outfield. Good work going across and getting that, and that puts it into it. But after 1 run in the third, 1 in the fourth, 2 big ones in the bottom of the sixth, that is the first lead now for Glenbrook. Can Savannah and company come out and shut it down here in the top of the seventh? We'll find out. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. We're back to the top of the 7th. We told you Paul Carlton and Edwards will be due up. You get a look in at Paul there. Swings through that one and misses. Mangrum has had a good game tonight. Pitching, she is 1 for 3 with an RBI. 6 innings pitched, 2 runs, 1 earned, and 6 strikeouts on the night. But it was that big blow by Sutton, the home run, that really opened things up there and broke the 2-2 tie. Glenbrook would go on to add another one after that. Misses off the plate somewhere, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Glenbrook will be back at it early in the morning. They've got that 10 o'clock game. 10 o'clock and the 8 o'clock game is when Glenbrook, and they'll be here throughout the rest of the day. That one rocks back and delivers the kind of a screwball up and away, looked like. And that evens things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Right back up the middle, sharply hit ball. And it's finally going to be corralled out in center field by Chandler. And that is a leadoff base hit out of the 7th spot, and that's what you want if you are this Parkway team. You got to scratch some hits together and get back to the top of the order. This is Zoe Carlton that will step in. She's 0-2 on the day. That one up and out of the zone. 1 ball, no strikes. Swung on there and missed. So behind the dish today, Sutton has been electric. A couple of caught stealings on there, the big home run. Earnhardt has been solid. Ellie Earnhardt, Savannah Mangrum has been Savannah Mangrum. There's no doubt. She is as advertised in this one. Kenzie Smith, a couple of stolen bases after a couple of walks on the day. Check swing inside, nothing doing, and 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the absolute last thing you want to do is give some life to Parkway. Parkway just wants to continue to scratch away, but that is strikeout number 7 on the day. And there's 1 down, and that will bring up Zoe Edwards, the left fielder. She has struck out twice. Giovango and Menard and Rodriguez and Horn just trying to get back up. That one right up the middle, knocked off the glove. They'll go to second, over to first, not in time. Score that one 1-6-4 on the putout. It ricocheted off the glove of Mangrum there at first. And Johnny on the spot out at shortstop was Gabby Brown with a little flip over to Earnhardt, and that's out number 2. Tried to go across to Vining and get the 3rd one, but no go there. But that will get us back to the top of the Parkway order. And Katie Giovango. Mangrum with 2 down, rocks back and fires this one, and drifting off of the bag a good ways was Edwards. Edwards officially reaches on a fielder's choice there. 1-6-4 scoring that one. That one pushed foul and back into that net. Mangrum, 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. That one taken for strike 2. And I'm going to tell you what, Savannah Mangrum would love to have her 8th strikeout of the night right here. She has pitched a gem. Other than that 2-run home run. Mangrum rocks back. That one lifted high. Gabby camping out under it. He's got it for the final out in this one. Glenbrook wins this one. And they move to 4-1 on the season, 5-1 now on the season. Congratulations on a huge night. And we're going to name our player of the game in this one. And that go-ahead home run in the 6th was all that we needed to see. Solid behind the plate, but congratulations on a big night, Hallie Sutton. She is our LV5K player of the game. We'll see you back in the morning. Make sure to tune in 446 Sports.